Pew pew. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I just gotta throw the
Hi.
Twitch up in the background just to do audio checks because I haven't been doing that, and I'm a bad boy.
Whoa.
No.
I'm getting the spray bottle.
It's real. It's coming out.
I'm leaving.
No, I'm running away. This is no longer a safe space.
Hasn't been a safe space for a long time.
Shit.
No.
Okay, it sounds good to me. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my funny little talk show I call Hungry for Knowledge. Today, I am joined by 4/6 of a pretty cool VTuber agency that you might want to call Kissvt. Holy shit, looks like a whole gen. Almost. I got 4 out of 6. I was close. I got over half. It was only gonna be half, and then it was more than half.
Yeah, you were lied to.
I was
Yeah,
lied
we
to,
had-
and then
we had a
all of a
lot
sudden
of
the wild
edition.
Goma appeared.
Yeah, there was a bit of a communication issue while I was in
Yeah.
Japan, so.
Yeah, the worm does this sometimes.
What? Excuse you.
Yeah, you're
The worm
excused.
is funky.
But anyways, I've invited 4 out of 6 members of the super cool agency Kissvt or Kissvt, if I got it right. And they are gonna come on and talk about that. That is almost 2/3. You're right. Shit. And they're gonna talk about their experiences so far. And I just wanted to kind of get an insight on the organized chaos, if you will, as opposed to my continuous chaos at all times, and what the difference between those two things are. But I will let them all introduce themselves. We'll start with G on the end.
From the stars to your heart, I am Chihaya Hoshino. I am a silly little girl alien VTuber who plays a variety of games on her channel. I play a lot of different things. Mostly, a lot of times I play visual novels though, because I think visual novels are really cool.
Absolutely. And then Fryxie.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Fryxie. You can usually find me over at Fryxie's Cafe or on YouTube at Fryxie, I believe. I think it's just at Fryxie. The same thing is on here. Over there, I'm almost entirely doing ASMR scripts and doing that sort of ASMR reading type thing. Over here, you can find me almost entirely playing mahjong or doing coffee reviews or sometimes one-offs, but usually mahjong. Almost entirely mahjong. Mostly mahjong.
Fryxie has a mahjong addiction.
It's not an addiction, it's a problem.
What's the difference between the two words?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll let the worm introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Goma Izoko, but lots of people refer to me as the worm. It's also in the handle worm tubing. I am a variety gamer. Primarily, I think people know that I play Yakuza pretty consistently on Mondays. I've been marathoning the series. I refer to Mondays as my date nights because I'm completely normal about all of the men in the series. And then I've been mixing it up on Fridays. I play a bunch of different games. Fear and Hunger has been pretty recent. Final Fantasy 14, and I'm also a cooking enthusiast, which has never happened on any of my streams because I have the worst hands in person to know of mankind. But maybe one day, right?
And then Rosie, last but not least.
Hi, I'm Rosie Mello. I'm an English, Spanish-speaking sloth girl VTuber who dreams of being a pop star. I stream a lot of variety on Twitch. Primarily, I do art, which is MS Paint Doodles. I play Final Fantasy on Wednesdays. We finished 10, and we're playing 10 too. I also do a lot of comfy streams, and I'm also a singer, so I have a couple of covers on YouTube as well.
Awesome. I wish that I actually had an intro or anything like that like they do. This is already showing the duality of my chaos as opposed to their controlled chaos. If you will.
Well, this is the most controlled you've seen us. We cannot be contained normally.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched all of your streams at least once. I can promise you that. I know what goes on there.
Yeah, we're extremely normal. I don't know why you're laughing.
No,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know you're the normalest one of us all.
I'm totally normal. What do you mean?
I'm normal 2001. You're normal, and I'm no. I've already fucked up the
Wait.
joke. Keep going. Keep going.
Damn it. You blew it.
Nice try. Nice
Damn
try.
it! I blew it. All right.
So, we'll hop into the questions a little bit then with the first one. And we'll just go the route that I just took there, starting with Chi, since she's the first in the row. How long have you been streaming / content creating, and at what point did you join Kissvt?
I've been streaming for over 2 years now. I basically started just to share a fun game with friends, and then I just kind of kept going with it, especially because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you could be like a cute little PNG YouTuber," and I just kind of kept going. But for as long as I've been with Kissvt, I've been here the whole time because from like the moment we founded it, pretty much.
Awesome. And Fryxie?
Hi. I've been streaming for I think a year and change. I technically had my my stream anniversary like 2 months ago, but I've been so busy in other things to not actually be able to do anything with it. I'm trying to get back on streaming more, but my life has been really hectic lately. I've also been involved in Kissvt since its inception, so it's technically the planning phases of it before it even got kicked off, so to speak.
Awesome. And Goma?
I'm the baby of the group. I finally hit affiliate at the top of this year. Very new to streaming, not new to video games. But I've gotten a lot of recommendations over the years to consider being a streamer, and I finally made good on it at the top of this year. So, but I am absolutely the baby of the group.
And then Rosie.
I was like, your baby?
You guys are just baby.
So I actually will be streaming for 1 year in December because I hit affiliate on Christmas Eve. So that is when my affiliate anniversary is. I've had some small on and off streams for maybe like before that, but I never really did like full like actual like sit down streams for like until like last Christmas. So, yeah, doing it for a year. I joined Kissvt around the same time as everyone else, I think. Like, yeah, like in the planning stages before debut. So, since its inception.
Yep.
Awesome. You guys all make me feel like a boomer.
You're not a boomer.
Okay, boomer.
I'm a VTuber boomer. What can I say? I've been around for too long, but they just can't get rid of me. What can I say?
They keep trying to get rid of you, but they haven't managed yet.
Yeah, the rock can crumble, but it'll always be there. That's all I can say.
Come on, Grandpa. Let's
Yeah.
get you back to the retirement home.
No!
Come on, Grandpa.
Allegations are following me into talk show again.
Hi, Grandpa.
I mean, if you bring it up,
Shit, you're right.
you dig your own grave, you might as well sit in it.
Don't say that to Grandpa.
Oh my god, not in front of Grandpa!
Mr. Grandpa.
Please, he needs to be strong and live.
Let Grandpa live.
You can chill in a grave if you want.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite things to do every week is just watch ghost videos, so I'd probably still do that when I was a ghost.
Or you would be in the videos.
Yeah, I at that point I'd finally hit stardom and I'd be getting recorded in the videos. That's my cheat code. So, what originally made you interested in joining an agency, and what do you believe makes Kissvt different? And we'll just do the same laps, so starting with Chi.
I couldn't say it's like, well, I think what made me interested was like the idea of just like having some background structure and support other than just like kind of YOLOing everything on my own. But I think what makes us different than like other companies is we're cuter, obviously. I mean, besides that, but like also like we're all pretty close knit. Like we chat pretty regularly, so I think that's probably one thing that sets us apart at this time from others. Like, especially like, you know, the really big, we're pretty close. We're all very good. We're all pretty good friends. All that. So I think that helps.
I feel like we're seeing a lot more like groups and agencies per se going the found family approach, if you will, which I feel like makes for just better environments altogether. So that's definitely a good thing. Because then we just get to be family instead of just coworkers. Because once it's coworkers, then it starts to get a little mechanical, if you will.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What would be your answer, Fryxie?
It's actually kind of that. Exactly what you said in a nutshell, to be honest.
Damn it, I did it again.
No, it's okay.
But
I can give you a
yeah,
slightly different answer too.
But yeah, in general, I find that it's a lot easier to focus down and keep motivated when it's not just you trying to push forward. If you have someone to lean on and someone to drag you forward whenever you need it, or drag someone else forward if you need it, and having that kind of consistency in a group really does kind of help keep pulling things, whether it's friends, whether it's a formal agency, whether it's whatever the shape is. Trying to not being alone helps a lot with a lot of things. So
Absolutely.
and also and also like the structure that is provided by an agency or by a group, that like coordinated schedules, making sure that like if you're gonna have if you have shared audience, trying not to overwhelm people, etc.
Makes sense. What is your answer, Goma?
Oh, for sure. I mean, everyone's stealing my answers one by one. It's very painful to be third in line. I guess I'll kind of add on to Fryxie's answer, which is to say it's the accountability of being with a group. As my moderator who is watching the stream, Hi Spooky, can tell you, it's like pulling teeth to get me to do anything. I am the world's worst when it comes to being motivated. So the having accountability with a group and people to keep me structured and on task and like suggest things that get me excited to stream is like extremely helpful to me. And because we were all kind of friends and at least knew of each other before going into this on some level, and I think we've all become better friends
Yeah.
for
God, I
being
hope
in this
so.
agency together. And then Rosie's like, I don't think so. And we turned this into an episode of
actually,
Jerry
I hate
Springer.
all you bitches.
No.
But like I think because we all, you know, were kind of friends going in, we had similar interests as well and some overlap there. So it's a lot easier for us to kind of suggest things to each other, because we all kind of align in terms of our interests. We're not obviously all exactly the same. I think if you go on any person's channel on KVT and watch one of our streams, you'll see we're all very distinctly different individuals. But under this banner, we all have, you know, similar shared interests and stuff. And I think that really works out in our favor.
Absolutely. Rosie, last but not least, and don't worry, I'm gonna switch the structure around next time that way in case anybody has the same answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, my answer will be a little bit different because we all know each other. We all actually played Final Fantasy 14 together. Well, except for me and Chihaya, we actually met when I met Chihaya when I joined Kissvt. But
Yay.
originally, a couple of friends were like, yeah, you should do VTubing, you should try streaming. And so I actually auditioned for Gen 1 of Real Corp, and
Oh,
I unfortunately didn't get it, clearly, because I'm here.
We're lost.
So, I know, their biggest
Agreed.
loss, so sorry. I don't know if my audition was good enough, but I was like, yeah. But then I guess like months came along, and then Fig reached out to me about Kissvt, and I said, yeah, I'd be interested in joining. I think originally I was coming on as mostly like behind the scenes assistance because I'm a little bit of a business person, but I wanted to do actual VTubing, and so yeah, I like it because, you know, there is the accountability piece that everyone has talked about. stealing my answer. There's the accountability piece. There's
Are you-
support, especially, we all have our moments where like things may not be going so well, and we have that support system in place where we kind of are like, hey, like what's going on, or if like I'm not feeling well, should I cancel? I feel bad about canceling streams. That they're like, no, you should take care of
No, you
yourself.
should take care of yourself. Just
Yeah.
writing people take care of yourselves first. The audience will understand.
Yeah, and so there's that general support, and it's just like, yeah, we have like this like pre-existing friendship, and I think we've been really good friends, like even better since Kissvt was made, and I feel like that makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, and so that's my piece.
I got to enjoy a little bit of it before stream started, everybody, and it's it's very much a chaotic family dynamic, if you will. So the next question is, what is one thing being in an agency provides that you think you couldn't live without as a content creator? So now Rosie has to answer 2 questions in a row because we're going to go backwards now.
Oh my god.
Yay! One thing about being in an agency, honestly, it's the support. Like, being able to find, because for me, like I do singing covers. Like without Kissvt, I wouldn't have known like people to like mix audio. I wouldn't have gotten feedback on like my streams, or like when it comes to singing in Japanese, I have Goma like being like, here's how you actually pronounce this better. Or like Fryxie helping me with my audio stuff because my audio ping pongs a bit. I think it's just like there's just that support of having it versus like you figuring this out on your own by yourself, and then it's just like maybe relying on 800 Twitter tutorials to figure out what to make this right, or in my case, making my OBS a little bit better, because if you look at it, it's full of horrors inside, and Fig and Fry have been great about helping me clean that up.
The horrors are endless, I guess.
So then, same question over to Goma, and I can repeat it if you need me to.
No, you're good. I have the question sheet open. I came prepared. I'm so good at this. So this is kind of in a similar vein to Rosie's, but not quite the same. I think everyone in KVT has heard me say, explain it to me like I'm 5, like at least 20 times, because I never understand what the hell is going on.
Same.
And I don't know if this is true for other VTubers, but starting out as, an independent VTuber, I mean, I'm agency affiliated, but we're a small agency.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I found extremely intimidating is a lot of the tutorials on how to start up are written in the most counterintuitive way possible. In that you'll be reading and you're just gonna be like, I don't understand what that means. I don't know what you want from me. That's not what it looks like on my computer. What does that mean? And I cannot tell you how helpful it is to have someone on, sharing stream in Discord and being like, all right, Goma, come here. I'm gonna hold your paw. Come here. All right, you're gonna click on this tab first. No, not that one. Yes, that one. No, nope. That one. Yeah. Okay. Now scroll down. No, too far. Up, there you go. Now click on that. Ah, nice job. Okay. And I'm like, oh yeah, actually that was incredibly easy after like 5 minutes of, wailing by myself. So again, this kind of goes hand in hand with my motivation thing from earlier too, with having people to be there, to be like, come on, it's not a big deal. You can do it. You're a grown ass adult and you can do this. So yeah, it's just the support system, the network, and resources more than just links and like suggestions, but also just the ability to have troubleshooting, for example, is huge.
I can genuinely empathize with that, because that was me for the longest time starting out. And you know what I had to do? I taught myself everything. So now people go to me to have me teach them. And even then every day, I mean, look at what just happened like 20 minutes ago. I don't even know everything.
Exactly.
I know a lot of things. Most of them are not facts that need to be known, but I know them.
I'm saying, see, it holds true.
Like, I might not know the exact height of Majima from Yakuza, but you might.
I want to say he's 5'11".
Yeah.
I want to say he might be 5'10". It's one or the other. He's taller than you think he is.
I think he's 5'11". If
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure he's 5'11", and then Daigo was 6 feet tall, which was insane to me because Daigo was smaller than much in my head.
I mean, he's smaller. He's smaller in real life.
He's just a little guy to me.
Oh my god.
This is my cheat code to get them to open up. I just have to throw things that I know they'll enjoy as I go along. Like, I can be like, hey, Chi, so how was Dave yesterday? I have like 100+ hours in it.
It was fun as heck. I only have 55 hours, but well, at least according to Steam, it was fun though.
This is how you be a good host. This is my classroom session for the day.
I would love to have a normal number of hours on something.
Yeah, what's that? I don't know.
I'm personally glad that I'm still the person who no one actually looks to for Yakuza information, and everyone just goes to Worm.
Yeah,
I don't know anything.
Fryxie actually knows everything. My
Fryxie
normal
knows
number of hours.
everything.
No, go ahead, Chi.
She doesn't want to tell anybody. She just wants to sit in the background and laugh.
This happens a lot.
It's true.
I just know I saw the funny little Majima worm, and I'm like, all right, here, let me see if this works real fast.
You saw Gomajima? Yeah.
Wait, so we'll hop along to Fryxie's answer for that question.
Yeah, sure. So my answer was going to actually be different from them because I'm the one who ends up always having the war stories from their tech support instead of the other way around. I ended up being the tech nerd who fixes everything all the time. But instead, I would actually say that my favorite part of it, and the part that I couldn't live without, is having consistent people who I can fairly reliably rely on, funny how words work there, for like collaborations and projects and things. Because as a bit of a side note of having non-conflicting schedules, or attempting to have that on average, people tend to be free. So if things need to line up for like collabs or ideas, it's nice.
Absolutely.
It's very easy to get people together, and you're not trying to do the 6 month ahead. Hey, I want to do this thing. Let's start planning out and put it on our calendars. 4 months ahead, under the full moon. If you blink twice, someone's gonna be late. You know how it is.
The normal, try to set things up with a fellow
amount of trying to do anything.
Right.
Yeah, and then Chi, last but not least.
I think it's like I think my favorite part is just like having that moral support of like, yeah, you can do this, you got this. Or like, being able to be like, hey, does anybody want to collab on like X sometime? And like being able to like just ping somebody and like ask that, and we'll figure something out with like as soon as we can. Like basically how I got Rosie to play Sunhaven with me at the first. It was like, hey Rosie, if you play Sunhaven, I'll collab with you. And so like that's literally how it went down at first. It was like eventually she bought it, and then we did like 2 streams together, and like we both had a lot of fun with that. And then we just recently peer pressured Fig into buying it as well to play as us, and she also had fun. Oh, it's nice having like folks I can just like hit up just like without feeling awkward about it, just like, yo, who wants to do this for a collab? And yeah,
I can definitely say that I envy that skill, because that's one of the few things that ever even made me debate being in an agency. So I completely understand, because otherwise I have to manually go on x.com and hope that someone responds.
I know. It's
swimming into the vibe.
and praying anyone still uses X, and that still using X isn't a nightmare. And
And then, so next question, what is a unique talent or attribute that you believe you bring to the group? And we'll do Rosie's side first this time again.
Unique talent or attribute that I bring to the group. Oh, I guess the one thing I have going for me is I sing covers. I know, funny, haha. I haven't released the cover since July, but um, I think that is, I guess, one thing I got going for me. Everyone else can say something else, but I think it's that, and then I like to look at like things that are going on in the VTubing community and being like, hey, I want to try this out and see if it sticks. Or I also just network with people, and it's just like, yeah, if someone reaches out and is like, hey, we want to do, in this case, you wanted to do an interview with us, and that's when I told the group, like, hey, Yuki wants to do an interview, or someone wants to collab on YouTube. That's how Tum and I like got to stream Fortnite together, and so I think it's just like
Nice.
a very, like, I guess someone says I'm really friendly and approachable, and I'm
You
like, I just
are.
I'm really nervous, but I try my best. And then also I speak Spanish, so there has been a few people that I've been able to talk to that are Spanish speaking VTubers, and we've gotten along great, and I've gotten to meet some really good friends out of it.
Handshake emoji, bro. Handshake emoji.
Thank you.
And then Goma.
I'm really sorry if everyone hears like meowing and jingling on my end. My
See,
cat
but
is
those are
getting...
the things that keep me sane. Cats and keys? Oh my god.
she's getting mad that I'm talking to people that aren't her.
Oh, there it is. Oh.
Yeah,
She's so
there's a
jealous.
good jingle.
So anyways, my unique talent or attribute, I always feel like I'm cheating when I bring this up, but I speak Japanese, obviously, and I'm the only Japanese speaker in our group. Actually, this was probably the most useful initially when we were starting up, for talking to especially model artists and stuff through websites, because as it turns out, as any translator could tell you, and I do translation work in real life, because this isn't real life, obviously, and I'm not a worm in real life. No, the immersion break.
No!
I'm sorry. I'm brain blasting you. I'm sorry.
Can't believe this.
DeepL will only get you so far. Computer translation will not be putting human translators out of work for quite a while, as people have found out from reading DeepL translated and back translated messages. It is complete nonsense, and so I've helped a lot with communicating with Japanese artists. I also talked to Japanese people through Twitter. I'm not going to call it X, it is still Twitter. And also I've assisted with word pronunciations for song covers. That's a huge one for me. Obviously not everyone is able to, double check those things, and if you're not a native speaker, you wouldn't necessarily pick up on differences and nuances in pronunciation. But I can hear them, so I often make slight corrections and do like pronunciation guides and stuff like that.
Goma puts you in the blender.
Yeah, I hit pulse until you're a pink smoothie.
Yeah, so I just got one thing to say though. There's this one cover of Survivor by Zool out there. Please do not listen to it. I'm begging.
I'm looking it up right now.
Don't blast my pronunciation. I'm begging you.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm putting it on
Please
loop.
don't.
It's gonna tear it apart.
It's gonna be on my Spotify Wrapped, buddy.
Oh my god.
You are the number one listener.
I'm gonna get roasted over pronunciation again.
Oh yeah. Also, Spooky wanted to mention and bring up that I do also do art whispering. My tablet reflection thing hasn't worked in a hot second. I really need to look into fix. I keep saying I will. Here's the willpower thing again, right? Remember my issue with willpower? I keep saying I'll fix it and then I don't. So I would like to get back to drawing on stream. I used to do that quite a bit, and I haven't in a hot second. So
we got 3 people here that all need to be poking like immediately. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
And then Fryxie.
Hey, I guess theoretically, I have an insane amount of technology because I'm an insane amount of technology because I'm a huge heckin' nerd, which, I answer everyone's questions all the time, and I fix people's stuff all the time. In fact, at Goma, I'm on Twitch for about 3 months now. About that.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting.
Every single time this comes up, I'm like, "Hey, Goma, just remind me
Yeah.
afterwards." This is.
Why would I
can't-
remind you?
Why would I remind? You know what?
Boss, you gotta remind
I have
me.
an answer for this. Spook, please tell Goma.
No.
Yeah,
She knows
yeah,
she knows how good
one way
tells
to
me
get
to
him
do it.
involved.
I'm getting-
For,
this is
thank
no
you,
longer a
Spook,
safe
for holding
space.
Goma to account.
Oh, this is no longer a safe space. I have to leave right now immediately.
No, don't leave me.
Sorry,
not
Goma,
I have
you're
to go. I
locked
have to go
in.
buy. Oh god, I have to go buy things at the corner store. I'll be right back. I'm leaving.
No,
Nope, the door's locked.
wait,
I'm
shit.
leaving.
Did we plug windows? Oh, God.
Oh no! See, I told you it was locked.
Yeah.
That was a very quick 5 minutes. Did you,
Don't worry,
did
I'm
you
here.
enjoy your trip to the corner store, Dad?
Yeah, yeah.
No, all I see
Okay,
right there is just like the kid trying to run out the room, runs into the door, runs back. That's what just happened right there.
Oh my
I
god.
ran away from home, but you didn't notice. So I'm back.
Say, I was gonna say, other than that, I have a lot of knowledge about YouTube accidentally because at one point Fig pestered me to go make an ASMR vid for the heck of it because boredom, and it took off. I wasn't expecting it. It doesn't make any sense, but I have exactly one extremely well-performing ASMR vid, and then everything else is fine. But because of that, I figured out how YouTube partnership worked off of one video before it became relevant for anyone else. So
Yeah.
that was fun to figure out without having any context all at once.
Literally, that one video just
Yeah, the one video. it's the only reason
skyrocketed.
people- Yeah,
I
it's the reason
can-
people still pop up there for some reason.
I can empathize with that. My YouTube kind of looks real funny where like one video has a lot of views and then all the other ones just have really average ones. I wonder why. Maybe it's because I let somebody make a clickbaity thumbnail. Shit.
Yeah, it wasn't even that on this
big.
case. It was genuinely just
No.
the first video that I posted on it. And it's like, and we're talking a context of like 74K versus like 15 at best for the others, or 10.
Yeah. No, any views are good views. That's the way I look at it. Unless they're bad ones, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then, last but not least, Chi.
Oh lord. I'm
Same.
cute.
Yeah.
I play visual novels on stream sometimes. I don't know what else to really say.
I
I'm
get,
very-
hold on.
No,
I got
fine.
you.
None of the rest of us are
myself.
cute. None of the rest of us are cute. It's just you. Thank God.
Yeah.
That is cute. Thank God.
You've cornered the cute market. I'll
But-
stand here and
Uh-huh.
agree.
I'll give her credit that she's really great at like graphic design. Accidentally, graphic design is her passion. So she's made a couple of like edits to like some of the promo ads that we've had, the collab ones, and then I think her own subathon ones were really good. So don't sell yourself short.
And there's one of Rosie's special talents right there is being everybody's number one cheerleader right there.
Real. It's like,
See,
honestly, like
and now they're
I'm just
agreeing.
like I play visual novels on stream. That's the most unique thing about me because I'm unhinged about them.
See, but that's your
Yeah.
special skill is that you're unhinged.
That is true. That is a talent.
It's a talent to be crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room,
no.
threats.
No!
Grandpa, do we need to take you back to the retirement home?
Grandpa
Just
needs to go
don't
back
say
to
the
the
C word around me. And then, so next question. What is one thing that you think Kissvt or your genmates have helped you improve on over your time here? And we'll start with Cheese.
A little bit on like the confidence end and more of like and also like kind of helping me figure out structure and like scheduling at times as well. I'm like still like just kind of always feeling things out on my own. It's like asking others like what should do. It's like a lot of times it's like I've gotten a little bit more confidence over time. I very much don't have a lot, but I think it's better than before. And yeah,
I believe in you. That's what matters. No, definitely. I definitely. So I've watched you guys all, or what I could of you, as far back as I can, because I do research, and I can definitely see the growth in all of your content. That's right. I'm the grandpa here. I am here to be your number one supporter. I do all the research, and then I say, this right here, I like this. So next up, Fryxie.
I was actually going to say about what she said, but I'm going to change it a little bit because I can. And just say that it's mostly confidence. Like before Kissvt, I have a lot of experience talking to, gosh, we're talking about past pandemic. Everyone is used to talking in voice calls. Everyone's used to talking at crowds. Yeah. Assuming you're stuck in the kind of companies or the kind of business where you're doing that all the time. I've done that forever at this point, but the confidence really to go out of my comfort zone with it. Like I would never have decided to go on YouTube and post ASMR vids or have strange ASMR redeems where people can quote things and make me say stuff. Like there's still the clip where I had to start doing a sensual ASMR for the B movie script, and I don't think that'll ever stop haunting my memories.
We also have a clip of people yelling too.
Look, it's y'all's choice to not keep posting it. I keep being free and innocent and like away from these things. I'm the most innocent fox around. What are you talking about?
I'm
fox. I have to be the most innocent.
You're both the most innocent and least innocent around by that same person.
There's about to be a lot of X's on this doc as I hit X.
Yeah. Lying as naturally as she breathes. Real.
Yeah. Next up.
Anyone who has been on my YouTube channel knows exactly how innocent I am.
No.
Yeah, that's a big cat
Yeah, for sure.
See, I like this comment right here. Most innocent fox, but least say so cat. So, you want to explain that? I got questions. Do you have answers?
I don't have answers.
Interesting. Very interesting.
We are not allowed to speak further on this topic. But we are free to throw coffee at Fryxie whenever she streams.
Yes, true.
Oh gosh, that's a good one. And then Goma.
What was the fucking question?
Like I said, legally not allowed.
What have I improved it? Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, not listening skills. That one's for sure. Obviously, unlike the prior answer, confidence is not a huge issue for me. I've had practice public speaking. It's coming off as a humbug, but like my entire background is in
braggers.
I'm sorry, but I don't lack confidence. All my prior experiences in like public speaking and stuff like that, so I don't really have an issue talking to people. Like as we're circling back to, it's the motivation problem. But besides that, I think having like big serves it in kind of a managerial role and will like actively look at metrics and stuff. That's not something that I would have obviously done if I was on my own outside of an agency. So having someone to tell me, Goma, the number of people who come to your streams is not completely random. There are reasons certain streams do better than others, and here's what seems to be working for you, and here's probably what's not working for you, but you're not going to listen. You're going to keep streaming Yakuza on Mondays and pointing to characters and being like, that's my boyfriend or that's my wife, and you have to say hello to him when he's on this. Yeah, you have to say hello to him when he's on the screen until he gets a minigun.
I'm sure it wasn't a real minigun. I'm sure he'll get better.
I'm getting choked up. I miss him every day. He's fine. He got over it, but
Got over it.
He got over it, but
Did he?
but he's fine. But you know, for me, yeah, I'd say the huge thing is having people to like look at my metrics and actually like actively coach me on how to make my streams better and like what to improve has helped me grow overall as a streamer, which I guess isn't that hard to do because I'm the baby streamer. So we're starting from, you know, the baseline here. But you know, I think it's huge.
Well,
Yes, making the most out of worms.
the big thing about analytics too is they're sometimes scary and demoralizing to look at. So having someone sit there and look at it with you is really game changing, because then you can sit there and you can say, well, this is bad, but then that other person can sit there and say, actually, here's some data. No, this worked, this worked, this worked. This didn't work, but we're going to try and make it work. That kind of dealio.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then Rosie.
Okay. So, okay, I read the question. So big thing about what Kissvt did, like the improvements that I've gotten. Honestly, public speaking is a big one. So, a small immersion break, but most of my chat knows that I actually work as an educator. So working along with like talking to people sometimes can be a little bit nerve-wracking, especially if it's like new people. I tend to be shy, but thanks to like my genmates being like, yeah, Rosie, you can do this, and like, wow, this actually really went really great, was like really I think there's like the confidence piece that's really supportive, but also being able to stream the days that I do and how long I do helps improve like public speaking, like not using filler words like and a lot is minimized. uh, and now that I said that, it's gonna happen. But also, yeah, like Goma said, the analytics piece, it's always, as independents, it's always hard to look at analytics, like, you know, you're like, oh, maybe the stream you felt like this stream was a bad stream, but actually it might have been one of your greatest streams. Or like, hey, this day looked a little low, and there's reasons why. It's not just you. It's like, oh, there was a holiday, or like school was in session, or whatever, like things, outside factors that come in. So it's nice to have like Fig come in and like talk about like, hey, this is what's been working, what can be improved, and like recommendations to kind of improve. And that's what I like about having like this group, is because a lot of us have supported each other. And I like to thank Goma, especially because Japanese is my learner language. I'm not a native speaker, so when I send my cringy audio to Goma, they just like put me in a blender and then tell me like, here's where I need to focus on enunciations and stuff. So there's that.
I can fix her.
I can't be fixed, I'm sorry.
I can make it worse.
Oh no. Nothing is going to be Daijobu now.
I feel like
I
I
will-
will all of you.
All I'm
Alright,
thinking
actually,
right now
everyone.
is people saying, I can fix you, and then looking at the nurses in Baldur's Gate Act 2.
Oh no.
See, I told you, this is my cheat code. I've been watching. I know what's going to trigger each and every one of them.
Listen, I didn't
Play more
get to say
Baldur's
it
Gate
earlier.
3.
I didn't get to say it earlier, but my game with a completely normal number of hours on it, aside from Final Fantasy XIV, which if you look on Steam has 421.5 hours on it. But Baldur's Gate 3 has 204.8 hours, so we're getting there, right?
Let's see how bad mine is right now. I'm curious.
Yeah,
Let me
I can look at
see.
mine. Hold
Let's
on.
talk about it. Let's talk about which love interest you find most charming. This is
I
actually more
only-
important than this interview.
I
Freaking
only have 232 right now, but that's because I went straight from Baldur's Gate to Final Fantasy, and it's just been all Final Fantasy from here.
That's fair. That's fair.
My one true beloved that can do no wrong and will never do any wrong, no matter what they do, will always be Karlak. So my next question was, what is one misconception you believe exists about agencies, big and or small? And we'll start with Rosie.
Oh God. I think a lot of people tend to misconcept like I think regardless of size, that if you join an agency like a small one, that it's like, wow, you have all this money to spend on like assets and like covers and stuff like that. When it's actually the opposite of that, like the six of us, a lot of us is just like it's literal small indie company meme, where we have all like pooled our assets or like our money together to make all of this like work.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is we're relying on each other for supports and things versus like bigger corporations who might have like a financier or like some sort of like industrial background company to fund them. Small agencies tend to be like literally small and working with whatever limited budget they have, and usually it is six friends that get, or whatever friend group gets together and decides to become VTubers. I think that's the biggest, like, people tend to get that mixed up because people tend to equate any agency as like you've made it, at least from what I've understood.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like big agencies, for me, like I've looked at bigger agencies to like, hey, like maybe this is something like I could become audition to one day when I was like before Kissvt. But I know that you have to put in a lot of work and a lot of hours and experience and stuff like that to be able to stand up to it. It's not like just, and I think this is another misconception, like any Joe Schmo can like audition, have 0 years of or like 0 months of streamer experience and think that they can make it without any like experience streaming or creating content. So I feel like having that at least under your belt works.
Absolutely. I'm going to save my thoughts until the end so that I don't disrupt anything, because I
Okay,
always have
Grandpa.
thoughts about this stuff. Goma is next. What is
Buddy, I don't
one
even
misconception? I mean, I envy that.
I cut you off. I'm terrible. But it's okay because I'm reading the questions too, so I got this. And I'm gonna say that I think there was, and this is actually KVT specific, but there was a misconception that KVT is also bigger than it is.
Oh God.
Oh goodness.
What? Who said that?
No, but like from talking to people generally, that there were some people seem to think that we were like larger or better funded than we actually are. Which
No.
we're not. And I think I would say the misconception is that by having an agency that, shit just gets done on its own, which would be magnificent if that were true, because then I would truly not have to do anything.
Alas.
But alas, yeah, that is not true. We do still have to, we're out here making our own ads, editing our own content in some cases. We have had editors for content in some instances of the past, but, again, not an infinite budget, so can't do that for everything. We have to go out and get our requests done. Like, it would be so nice to have, like a manager, like a talent manager, like if I was like a movie star and then they just bring stuff to me.
Yeah, they
but,
just they do all the hard work for us.
and they do all the lifting, and
We just get
shout
to
out
sign
to,
off on the final at the end.
Yeah.
for sure. And like shout out to what our managers do, as well as once again my beloved mod getting shouted out. Again, I see you, Spooky. Thank you for your hard work.
Spooky is one of our biggest supporters, honestly, overall.
For sure. And yeah, so like, they do some of the lifting, but you definitely absolutely still have to put in the work and the effort, agency or not. I would say the workload definitely gets slightly easier. I wouldn't say it makes no difference, because it certainly does. But the work still doesn't just automatically get done.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Next up is Fryxie.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm asking the tough questions now.
they absolutely stole what I was gonna say. In terms of,
I'm reading your mind, is what I'm doing.
well, I mean, it's, the topic most relevant to me is funding, and again, like it's very much there's always a lot of misconception that money grows on trees, or that there's always angel investors behind all of these things that just want to watch their little anime girls or boys or people or worms grow. And intentionally, in some cases, that's not the case. Like, I'm sure that if management and Kissvt wanted to go find some investors who wanted to throw a heck of a lot of money and like become kind of the overlords of the group to have a lot of money, but also we would the group would have to be to their whims. It could happen that way. But I don't think any of us want that. I don't think any of us want to be at the whims of not what we want to do so much, and be more at the whims of
Yeah.
the algorithm versus the whims of having fun and
Yeah.
being within doing what we want to do. So it's kind of a trade-off. Like, you definitely see some agencies that have I call them angel investors because surprise, I have a tech background. I deal with venture capitalism people all the
Yeah.
time. But but in general, yeah, like I think that it's a misconception that all VTube groups have this, and then I would say, especially among the small ones, they generally would do better not having that and not trying to grow at all costs. And I think it's a lot healthier for some groups to not do this in terms of trying to survive, because like the other side of the coin of being a group versus an individual is, with a group you have 6 people's lining up worth of like their metrics, their analytics, their everything, kind of like, I don't want to say reflecting on each other, but being important to each other, if that makes sense. You don't necessarily, like, if one of them has a better stream or takes off, it doesn't necessarily reflect poorly on the others, but there's not this inherent need to have everyone take off so that the investors can get their money back, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And then last but not least, Chi.
I think the biggest misconception, like, about agency in general is like that you would just become a big hit instantly just because you joined an agency. They may expect, basically the Hololight treatment where you get announced and you instantly get kicked up to like 100K subscribers and whatnot. It's like, no, you still have to make your name for yourself, especially on a smaller group. You still have to work. You have to make yourself seem likable and enjoyable, first of all, before you can even reach anywhere near that level. It's like, just because, you've got the big name backing you up, or even like any name at all backing you up, it's like, that's not going to replace anything if you're not likable or enjoyable to watch. No, that's my assumption of like basically what most people, like, what a lot of people might misconceive about, agencies in general.
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm bringing you guys, and I have somebody next week to go around the same topic, is that there's a lot of perpetuation right now floating around where it's, I'm in an agency, I'm good now. And that's not how it always is. So there's challenges in every single spectrum, and even people that get picked up by somebody big like Hololive or Niji Sanji or Idol or what have you, like, there's still work going on in the background in order to get to where they are. That's why you see people graduate or you see people stick around, because some people are capable of it and some people just think they can coast. And this is the reality of it, is that there's so much work that gets put in the background that is not really shown up front, I feel like, and is just kind of perpetuated or assumed exists, i.e. the perfect example of assuming that there's an angel investor in the background, because once in a blue moon, maybe there is, but it's a massive rarity. So
Congratulations if that happens to you, for real.
Yeah, God, I wish
Yeah,
that
and-
was me, us.
We would love to have like some sort of rich oil baron to like
Please.
come invest in us and ask us and let us do whatever the hell we want. But
Yeah.
And then also
You
hire
know.
people to write all of our scripts.
yeah,
and-
like do everything for us and be able to let us do
Hard.
anything we want. But like, reality is, that's like finding it. That's like one of the rarest things you could ever get, I feel like.
You don't even, and it's like I said, you don't even see that in big agencies, really. Is like everybody's self-made out there. And that's why graduations occur, is because people aren't capable of being consistent in those scenarios. So it's exactly that all along.
Oh my god, I just realized something. There was a Kissvt related misconception. Someone thought that the agency paid for all our models, and I said,
Oh
no,
no.
we
Oh,
paid for
wow.
our own
No,
models.
yeah, we paid for our own models.
Every model has
Yeah.
a different artist. We paid individually for our models. Like, there is no like rich oil baron, sugar daddy that
Yeah,
paid for all 6 models.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
I would have. Sorry, go ahead.
It's nothing. I'm just like, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it is kind of nice in that respect that if anyone does need to leave Kissvt or something like that, there isn't a huge problem where you have to leave your identity behind because the company
Yeah.
owns it, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it
that's-
is, also you kind of had to own your own models, though.
I like
It's
it
more of
like
an
this,
adoption
honestly.
thing and all the way through. So, as far as that goes.
We got
Yeah.
adopted.
It's
We got
honestly
adopted.
kind of scary when you are in the alternate scenario, because I mean, there was a situation very recently where someone got held hostage for their model, basically. So having
Oh,
the
yikes.
ability to be in an adoption style scenario, or in a I own my own model but I work here, is the preferred approach, I feel like. And I mean, with big corpos, like the big names, they're kind of expecting to have to leave it at the door when they leave, so that's
Yeah.
to be expected. It sucks, but that's what you sign up for when you sign the contract, if you will.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't really want to ever go to one of those big corporations, because especially like after I started students, like I enjoy my freedom actually. I like being able to do what I want and like not have to worry about, such and such issue, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go back on to happier topics. I'm gonna take us from the slightly negative area to what makes us smile. So the next question is, were you all friends prior to the founding, and do you believe that Kiss has made your friendship stronger? And you can chat about it however you'd like. We'll start with who did I let go first last time?
Rosie? I think. I don't know.
Please.
I don't remember.
Either.
Or like last time?
Rosie, since
We
you
finished
decided
on
to swap it
cheese.
over,
So.
Yeah. I'm a professional host, by the way.
Professional gamer, by the way.
I've been paid once. That makes me a professional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's how that works.
It's a definition of professional. You get paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll start with Rosie for this one.
Okay. I know I was friends with everybody but Chi prior to Kissvt. Like I've mentioned before, we all played Final Fantasy 14. I think all of us were in the same friend Discord server, even too.
Possibly.
But
I'm not sure when I joined it,
you joined
but I've
the
never really talked in it because there's so many people and like actually really shy.
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, so I think at one point we were all in the same friend company too, except for Chi, but
Yeah.
I remember we were all friends, and then I got to know Chi when I joined Kiss, but it was like I really enjoyed Chi a lot, so I wish we had met you before. I'm pretty sure I think the others did before Kiss VT, but I know with my unique situation it was T. I think that this has made our friendships a lot stronger because I know we talk a little bit more than in our staff Discord than the friend Discord mayhaps that we still are a part of. Serena, I love you very much. If you're ever watching this. But I think it was like it's really special because it's like our friendships have gotten a little bit better. Like I got to know like Fry a lot more, and then same with Goma. I think Goma and I DM'd each other before. I had some questions and they were able to help me out because they're so smart. with like all of the things that I asked. And but yeah, for me it was like great because like we all would do content with each other in 14, and now we do VTubing. So I think it's like it's so funny because I think what was it? One of my friends was like, "You guys are almost like a full party of 8 people for a raid." And I was like, "I don't know if we could raid together, but I mean that's something. That's something right there."
Yeah, that's the question I'm saving for the end. So when are you guys gonna run me through the gauntlet?
Which one do you want to do? Which one do you want to do?
I'm learning as I go. I'm just funny little damage main, and I don't feel like doing anything else. Half the time,
What kind of DPS main?
you don't want to know probably.
No, I do want to know.
I'm a
Yeah,
ninja
tell-
right now.
Okay, thank God we don't overlap. You're fine.
Okay. Good.
Too many melee DPS around here. Gotta kick someone.
Shut up.
So I'm
Looking at
used
you,
to
Fry.
playing. I'm used to playing tank and everything else, but I've never actually played an MMO like fully until now, and I realized how much I actually have to do as a tank and how little damage I get to do, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm bored with this. I went up to like 55 with Paladin, and I'm like, next up is Goma.
Me. My name is Goma. Were we all friends? I think I covered this earlier, right? Like we absolutely all knew each other and we're pals on some level. Obviously, not everyone knew us knew each other equally. Definitely we all knew everyone through FF14. I'm I'm the freak and the raider, so
Yeah.
I'm not the only person in that group who has raided, but I think I'm the only one who raids currently. I'm a mid-core raider.
I'm climbing the
what was the
ladder.
What was the rest of the question? I started thinking about reclears and getting upset again.
What was it?
Do you believe?
Has it made our friendship
Yeah,
stronger? No, I'm just kidding. Hold on,
I
pause.
needed
No,
one
next.
person to say it.
There you go, you got it. No, I definitely came in knowing Fryxie best, I think, out of the group. I didn't know Cheese at all, I think, if I recall correctly. Because Cheese doesn't talk, also wasn't in the FC.
I was a stray that everybody else picked up off the side of the road.
That's my Final Fantasy life right now. So I'm just getting dragged around.
No, you don't know how fun that is.
It really is, though.
As someone who has a Burger King crown, you have no idea how fun it is to go in there with sprites and also just unsync and just explode things. And they're like, whoa, how did you do that? And you're like, I'm just spam casting holy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, we came in as friends. We're better friends for it. I think we've gotten to know each other a little bit better, and I know everyone else in the group a little bit better instead of just talking to Fryxie all the time, which is how it used to be. So,
Absolutely.
Heyo, Burger King crown.
Burger King crown.
Disgusting mentors, I swear. Why would you ever want to wear that thing?
I like helping people, even though I
Leaving them
sometimes
on the
don't
side of the
remember how
road.
fights
Oh,
go,
no.
and people are like,
Whoa.
and you got the
Alright.
Burger King crown on.
can't-
Goma,
we
you're
can't
gonna
leave a
you gonna
worm
come over to
behind.
Adamantoise and help me out then?
Absolutely. You can. I always say, like, you can ring your hunter's bell, and I will come visit you, and I will assist you
Oh
and
my
blow up
God.
things.
Meanwhile,
No
me just over here, just working the market dry, just chopping down trees and shit. That's what I do in Final Fantasy.
Ah, yes, the good old
Capitalism in Final
deforestation.
Fantasy.
I'm literally living my slow life dreams in that game.
Oh my god.
And then
Oh, spooky. Yeah, we're pals with our mod Spooky too, who is a very chill dude and easily our top supporter, I would say.
hell yeah. And then next up, Fryxie.
Yeah, so I would say, yeah. I mean, from what what others have alluded to,
The allegations. You're not beating the
the
French.
allegations of knowing me before Kissvt, disgusting.
Disgusting.
But yeah,
Disgusting.
I definitely knew everyone before from one way or another. I've known some far longer than others. Funny note, way before we were anywhere near close or anywhere near Kissvt, I knew Rosie from 14 just from like a server and like 8 years prior. If you count on Solera in the middle of nowhere.
Oh my god. Aging
Truly,
us both.
Truly dating ourselves as people who left Zalera whenever it fell apart the first time, like 6-7 years ago. But speaking as a person who hasn't played 14 since like middle tier because it was disgusting and I hated it and I quit the game and haven't played it since. And I'll probably play it again once it's fun. I don't believe it's currently fun right now, so it's not currently being played. Me shaking Neana's paw. There were a dozen of us.
There was literally
Neana, Rosie.
Well, AR players are
It's half the server so far.
freaking
Other than
boomers.
that, yeah.
Boomers everywhere.
It's been great. It's given me an excuse to not play 14 and get to know people anyway. I really do recommend not playing 14. It's so much better of a life.
Oh no, I don't want to though.
Yuki, like, I think still like in the
First,
beginning
first
phases.
if you play it for a solid decade and then you get really sick of it and you mostly use it for socialization
Yeah.
and you burn out really hard, then you stop.
I'll hang out with you, Yuki. Don't listen to her.
I'm
I'll hang
not
out with you.
listening. I got friends to carry me and shit right now, and I'm having fun. I also have the other perspective too, in that I've never played an MMO. I only play FPS games normally, and I've left my FPS game niche to play this, and I'm so much happier.
I have played so many MMOs in my life. I've been playing MMOs since I was like 6. And overall, in fact, actually, it's been on hiatus for a while, but one of the people who is not currently here, but is currently in chat, Neana Wolfspider, our resident wolf, used to, and I think wants to get back to hosting a bi-weekly or weekly kind of thing where we do like old MMO talk and basically act like boomers, talking about how MMOs have changed for the worst constantly. Michi and Neana just constantly going on about how games were better whenever they wasted all of your time.
I just have too much time on my hands right now, so it's giving me the funny hormones that work right now. And then
Series.
yeah. And then last but not least, Chi.
Okay. Well, as everybody else has said, I didn't know Goma or Rosie before Kissvt, but before Kissvt, I did raid with Fryxie and Neona both. But even before that, I've known Fig for years before because and Spooky as well. From like I met them through a game called Sinoalis, which was like really nice art. Yokotaro wrote the story, interesting shit. But like, how it came to happen is just that one day Fig in the Discord that I was on with her, I was asking around like, hey, my friend's group needs a physical range DPS. Would anybody be interested? It's like, I decided, I'll give it a shot. This is the first time joining a static that I didn't know everybody in beforehand, and apparently it clicked well enough that Fryxie decided to keep me around. So, yeah. And I met Goma and Rosie like after we started working towards Kissvt together, and it's like, we definitely became better friends. But also now, I'm probably regret this because now I feel low key obligated to be a stupid little memer and go, have you heard of the quickly acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14 with an expanded free trial that you can play?
Thank you so much. I didn't even have to redeem it this time.
Quick, muter.
That's all you're getting.
Quick, muter.
That's all you're getting.
So,
Oh
so
my
you know,
gosh.
chat. If you show up to Chihaya Hoshino's channel and you save up 5,000 little points, you too can make your Ubu voice for 5 minutes. It's the most glorious
going
thing anyone has ever
I'm
done.
going to raise the price right now.
I'll
you're
have
not.
you know,
Yes,
you
Dave.
were streaming the other day, and I was in there, and I had 5,000 points, and I almost pulled the trigger, but I chose not to.
You should.
That's
do.
so much
You
still power.
should've.
Look. We as an adoring audience gave many subs for her donathon. So
Yeah,
that she
that
would
was
lower the price to
over
be
a
attainable for
month
everyone as
ago.
a nice socialistic gesture.
And that was
This is
over a month
socialism.
ago. It was meant to be temporary.
Yeah,
No, it's still
but
here.
Right?
I get one. I get one redeem.
Yeah,
This
you
is my
should
ticket.
cash it out.
This is really
I can
rewarding.
literally hear Chi just typing in the background, changing the.
Yep, it's being changed right now. It has a tab open.
Can't believe
I
you've
keep
done
waiting for the right
this.
time, Chi. Why would you do this to me?
You don't come to my streams anymore.
Come to your
Ooh.
stream. I just don't redeem it because I'm waiting for the right moment.
Wow.
See, Loctera gets it. It can't just be any moment. It has to be like the right moment. You have to be at the
Exactly.
point where like if you redeem it, it'll break you.
Oh my god.
You have to like the best time for something like that is like mid horror game or like a really emotional scenario, and you just ruin it for everyone.
I mean, that's true. Spook can always claim for us. Spook spot
For when
files
Fryxie cashed it out. Oh my god. Everybody likes me when I speak in Hulu for some reason. I think it's funny just to do it for a bit. It's like everybody thinks it's hilarious, so
You have exactly the right voice to make it like hysterical.
Work, yeah. All
people do
right.
it, so like I'll keep it.
The next one is, what is one goal you set or would like to set for yourself as a creator, and have you made steps towards it already? And we'll do it the other way around, so this time we'll start with Chi.
I think my main goal is just like, trying to kind of put myself out there more often. It's like I'm trying at least. I don't know how much successful I am with it, but also like I kind of had a goal to release another cover other than like two I'd already planned on before debut, and oops, I have not managed to do any of them because sound quality is not my passion, and I'm also not in a good place for like a good like physical location for that in my house,
Yeah,
unfortunately. But I am trying. It's, like,
that's all
brain.
that matters. That's what I was forced into. I have one cover that exists. Who knows if a second will ever occur? My audio quality is doo-doo caca, so I just wait until everybody in the whole town leaves and hope that nobody shows up when I record. And a lot of it comes down to just getting nudged a bunch. So the three of you that are here right now, I'm counting on you right now to just start doing the pokes, all right?
Wait, the three of us? Who's not here?
Oh?
No, there's three of you to poke Chi.
Oh,
Oh! Oh! I.
That's what happened to me. I just kept getting nudged, and then I was finally forced into a work VC, and then it got done.
Actually, I have an answer for this. Hey, Spook.
Oh,
Would you mind adding bugging Chi onto your list of people to bug?
if he's not a mod on my channel, you can't win.
That's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He
one
doesn't
time-
mod
the
for
one time I
me,
had an
and
answer.
You tried, Fryxie.
I
You
tried
tried.
so hard.
You made the attempt. That's what counts.
Terrible. Life's so hard.
What would be your goal, Fryxie?
What would be my goal?
Yeah, what is one goal you set or would like to set for yourself as a creator, and have you made steps towards it already?
Well, I set the goal for more regular content a trillion times, and I was doing so well until the last couple of months where I've changed, where all sorts of things in my life have been changing constantly, and I haven't even been like in the space of my microphone within like hundreds of miles of my microphone consistently, much less been able to create content consistently. But I really want to get back on that. I would definitely say if there was any goal I need to set and thing I need to push on, it is consistency and creating more content. Like,
If anything, I'm here to force you all to set goals for yourself because it's almost the end of the year, so it's almost time to, anyways.
It's been like 4 months since I've done an ASMR recording, and the number has slowed. The follower slowing has slowed to a crawl in terms of going upwards, and I only get like $3 a month from it. It's terrible.
Oh, well, there's you'll always come back. There's people that leave for years and come back and then retain the following. So all that you need to think about in this moment is I'm gonna do it. Doesn't matter when, it's just a matter of I'm gonna do it. That's where my mindset is usually.
That makes sense.
And then, do you have any goals, Goma?
I just did that stretch and both my shoulders cracked. I don't know if it was audible.
Bro, just
did
like
not
me
hear it.
for real.
Like a dick.
Oh, my joints snap, crackle, pop. Goals. Well, for one, I too have a cover that I've been sitting on and not finishing. Don't ask me about it. That aside, I'd like to do more collabs in general, I think. A lot of people have been reaching out, and I need to find time and make time and get it done. Work on networking. That's a big one for me. Oh my god, my cat just bonked her head
Aw.
on the desk.
Child.
She's fine. She's cool. She's got a strong head.
She's got a hard head.
Yeah, she's got a hard head. She takes after me.
Like a strange worm dad.
Yeah, she takes after me. Yeah, I would say that's the big one, is more networking, more collaborations, and also putting out content more consistently. But I feel like I'm also being mean to myself because I was straight up gone for 2
Yeah,
weeks.
you
and
just came back from vacation.
I'm taking the week off to recover from jet lag because I keep thinking, oh, sure, I can just gorilla stream. And then I did Thornton Unreal yesterday, and I just was dead
Nah.
after that. It was just completely gone. So, but we'll work on it. I'll be back with proper streaming starting next week. So,
You can do it, Worm Bro, I believe.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
And then last but not least, Rosie.
Goals. Okay. A goal that I set for myself, I think it's to release more covers. I know I keep saying I'm working on like several songs, but because I tend to be a perfectionist about them, I'm like, oh, this isn't right, or oh, like I don't have time because I also have a house situation where there's too many slots and they tend to come in and disturb me. So I'm like,
House is very busy.
I have to make sure like no one's here so I can record.
Yeah.
I can do my covers, and so at least releasing another cover before the end of the year, or even if I could do 2, that'd be super like slay. Other than that, I think it's like, yeah, I'm not doing collabs more with other VTubers. I know my time slot is very like limited because of my schedule. So it's just like, if you want to, you kind of have to work late PST. So sorry, I'm trying my best. But it's just networking with other VTubers and just getting like my name out there. So that way next year, because next year I have different plans. But
Hold on, let me
next year's
open my window and throw a piece of paper that says Rosie Mallow VT out there. Then your name's out there. Obligatory grandpa joke, at least once, right?
oh,
Thanks, Grandpa.
All right. And then another fun question that I was just curious about for you guys all. What would be your dream piece of merch that you would like to make in the future? And this is with unlimited budget, like whatever you want.
Unlimited budget works.
No, I know what it is, and it's not expensive.
God
I
damn.
don't know if it's expensive or not, but
No, I know what it is. And it's not expensive.
I'm gonna do this weird then, and I'm gonna let Goma go first then.
Oh hell yeah! I want to make worm on a string.
yes,
Easy,
Yeah.
done.
yes, I want it.
Yeah, it has to be a Goma worm on a string. I don't think this would cost that much to do. It'd just be a matter of finding someone to manufacture it.
Manufacturer.
And then,
That'd be the best
eating
thing
it.
ever.
But
I would want 5.
fuck yeah.
So question, is the Goma worm on a string, is it like, is it felt? Is Leviathan felt in this case? Or is Leviathan like, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you would put like a little. Yeah. Thank you,
Because, like, I've
Guesty.
eaten plenty of Leviathans and they're pretty gummy.
No, okay, so obviously Leviathan himself. Leviathan is my hairband. If anyone does not know my background lore, which is very possible, I'm realizing. But yeah, it would be a worm on a string, and it would obviously be like white with black spots, like me. But it would also have the little hairband on it, and you could put them in situations. That sounds so ominous.
That
Situations.
sounds really sussy.
That came out way more ominous than intended.
We don't
I mean,
need to stick it in a jar.
Yeah, throw it in the
Oh,
jar.
I do.
hell?
I'll put it in the
Jar.
jar. It's fine.
No, I
Okay,
mean,
not free.
like, you know how people will take like, like plushes of their Oshis and whatnot and take pictures of them at like cafes and stuff. Like, it'd be like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that situation.
Or you could put me in your car or something like that. Or
See,
you
I
could
was-
Or
put me in
dangling
a
over a
contractor.
cat.
In the furthest tower.
Oh my god.
Anyways, everyone should buy Goma Worm on a String. It doesn't exist
Fine.
yet, except in my heart, but I hope you'd buy it.
Oh,
I would like 5. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I need a tiny army of them to
I just
cover
need like a
my
jar
bed.
full, so whenever Goma annoys me, I can just chuck all of them across the room at once.
The jar?
The jar
jar
shatters and all the
Jar
worms
shatters
fly
and
out.
the
The
worms are
shatters
freed.
and they escape?
No,
Come
no.
off the string. What crimes will they commit?
Oh my god.
We're glass shard proof. I don't know if anyone's told you this. I'm extremely hard to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
I'm extremely
I
hard
mean,
to kill.
how many times have
Goma
you
has
tried
no
to kill
known
Goma and
weaknesses.
you've not succeeded?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey.
they try to kill me with neurotoxin daily. I don't know what to tell you. It's just kind of.
I mean,
communal-
I think
it's literally a
that's just-
symbiotic relationship here.
I think that's basically everybody that comes to our cafe at this point.
That's
Okay, everyone else talk about your merchandise.
Before Goma gets.
Goma's too powerful. They cannot be killed.
Before I destroy this entire chat.
We'll let Fryxie go next.
All right. So, fun fact: if you look really far back in my channel, like before the
Before the
I
Mahjong
guess I was
apocalypse?
theoretically doing this after Kissvt got started, but it started falling off a bit because of the incident. Hashtag TM. But I used to do a lot of coffee review streams where I would reviewing a bag of coffee once a week and just kind of do like a talk show type thing of reviewing the coffee and talking tasting notes, trying different methods, different measurements, and be a very wired fox by the end of it. I would love to eventually actually
Shit.
figure out my own roast and make my own roast. I would love to sell my own. I would love to actually put together my own roast of a decent Ethiopian single origin. It's like something I've wanted to do for a very long time.
Kenji loves coffee. I know that much.
Oh.
Kenji
Me and
has a
Kenji are best
cafe.
friends.
Yeah. Kenji's
to
funny
see
cat
it
boy
done.
with a cafe.
Wow.
Ow.
That's
But-
strange. I'm a fox with I'm a fox with a cafe. Coffee's good.
Fryxie, were you done with your answer?
I don't even know. I lost it a couple of miles back.
I know it was something coffee related.
Yeah, it was-
I was
Then
like,
you
they
found
want-
the kindred
they wanted
spirit
a
in the
single
readers.
Orange coffee.
Yeah.
I
Train of
assume
thought.
something Fryxie coffee something.
Yeah.
Well, extremely long story short, there was the question currently being asked for the since a bunch of people showed up was the dream piece of merch that we would like to make in the future. I spent ages doing coffee reviews. I'm going to get back to it, but it's after hashtag the incident, it's a pain in the butt. And I really do miss doing coffee reviews. If you ever catch one of my streams and just mention coffee ever idly, I will probably not shut up during Mahjong, and it'll just be a completely different topic verbally from the actual topic, period. But yeah, the answer would be I would love to work with a roaster and come up with and have a branded, especially Ethiopian probably, because it's by far my favorite region, single origin roast that I would have as merch. That would be the coolest thing from my perspective.
It's extremely up your alley, honestly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Spook's right. I do genuinely just talk coffee and mahjong and city infrastructure. If you like urbanism,
Yeah.
coffee or mahjong, it's literally all I do on my channel. So
If you like any of those niche interests, Fryxie's got you covered.
you're so
Looks
right.
like Kenji agrees with your tastes too. Because he
It's
said
correct.
nothing beats the
Instantly
first
best
time I
friend. All of
ever
you have
tried
lost best friend
Ethiopian.
status. Yeah.
I have best friend status to begin with.
Well, you've lost it. Kenji is not best friend status.
Oh no!
I didn't know
Oh,
she.
no.
Whatever will I do?
Oh no. Oh no. Friendships are being
no.
lost over coffee. I can't
No, it's
believe
okay.
this.
He has my friendship status.
Yay!
Well, you know what? Chi, we're friends now, so handshake.
Yay! Handshake.
All right. And then
Friendship.
the next person, since Chi's already chatting, what would be your dream piece of merch?
I would love to make my model has like a cell phone toggle, just because I think it's because I thought it'd be fun to make jokes about playing gacha games on my phone, but I don't really play that many gacha games anymore. But also it's just fun, just like an accessory now, because my Gyaru,
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
I think it'd be really fun and neat to making my own, to basically have a physical version of that phone case out in the real life that people could get if they wanted to. I want it for myself personally, but other people, if they also have the same aesthetic as I do, cute shit and hearts, hell yeah.
Looks
Especially
like
in pink.
Spook wants an Orion plush, though.
Oh yeah, our plushie of Orion would also be cute as hell because he is already cute. The little shit is already cute as fuck, and he's only gonna get cuter because my subathon back for my birthday what had the ultimate goal of raising money to get him full life 2D model because hop with Rosie.
Yeah.
She would think out of Flip Phone Club. Oh, that would be amazing. Freaking Samsung. Hey yo, hit me up. I will. If you want a VTuber to freaking use your Z Flip phone, actually has that IRL. If you want a VTuber to advertise your phones, hit me up. But yeah, no, an Orion plushie my cat that Ranical in the chat actually drew the current iteration of him. Would be adorable as hell.
Absolutely. See, I would say that me having a plushie of my little stream mascot would be great, but I mean, he's just themed after something that's already in my bed anyways, so that just
Wow.
I already have the
Crazy.
Growlithe plushie. I have every instance of a Growlithe plushie in existence, I think, at this point.
I mean, okay, well now we know what your favorite Pokemon is.
Yeah.
You can't see it all over my stream or anything.
No, of course not.
No,
You're
of course.
Stella's totally not your favorite Pokemon of all time.
Yeah, I think you might like Growlithe.
I hate looks down. Growlithe, Arcanine, Growlithe,
Oh my god.
Hisuian
Yes,
Growlithe, Houndour, Puchiana, Yamper, Arataki Ito.
Nice.
Wow.
I have a Angel figurine up on the top part of my desk actually.
My desk is just a mess of just knickknacks. I go to cons too much and buy
Real.
too much stuff. And we got the funny Umai with Rengoku and Akaza for any Demon Slayer fans out there. I got that going on in front of me
Yeah.
too.
Oh. skulls.
The
Sick.
funny little umai meme.
My.
And then, last but not least, Rosie's dream piece of merch.
Oh my god. Okay, so cringe, but there's I actually wanted to get a cardigan done. So there is this small hand maker named by Clemmy Heart, and she does a lot of berets and cardigans, and my dream is to
Ooh.
have like a Rosie themed like
Ooh.
cardigan with like maybe hup on the chest piece as like a little like
Aw.
embroidery, because she does embroideries too. So that was kind of like a dream piece where it's just like
Comfy
motifs,
cozy.
comfy cozy oversized cardigan with a little hup maybe in the pocket or something.
That would be adorable.
That's what I really like, because I love wearing cardigans outside of like in the spring and the fall and the winter. So I'm like, yeah, to have one that's like really big and like comfy would be really nice. And then also
I'm
baby
not
shorts.
wearing a cardigan right now. I don't wear cardigans. Nope. I literally walked
that was also
downstairs in
weird.
one the other day, and my mother was like, "Why are you wearing a cardigan?" And I'm like, "I wear them all the time." And she's like, "I know. I just never expected you to." And I'm like, "What does that mean?"
Damn.
What?
Especially for your own mother.
Wow.
This happens very often.
Parents, am I right?
And then the other one was just booty shorts.
Booty shorts.
I
But
like short.
would the cardigan have
Yeah.
a beret to complement it that like matches your mask too?
Oh
Or
my god,
Yeah,
yes.
that would be great.
Yeah, that's actually something that I thought about too. Because someone asked me if there ever be like a eye mask merchandise of
Yeah.
my mask, and I was like, "Oh, that'd be a good idea."
it's honestly something that's like, I don't want to say simplistic, but like I don't feel like would be insanely hard to do and wouldn't be insanely expensive either, which is
Pardon
something fun.
Yeah, I want it for myself, but oh my god, that would be the dream.
All right, and then wrapping up to our last couple questions. I put these at the end of every single episode of Talk Show, whether you are a newer VTuber, an established VTuber, what have you, because everybody always has advice in some way, shape, or form, right? So,
Yeah.
what is one tip that you have for new VTubers or content creators that you wish you knew sooner? I'm gonna start with Chi on this one.
I would just say, just do it. Just start doing it. Just like, don't overthink it. Don't worry about, oh, I need a nice overlay. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. No, like, just, you can go, like, you could probably search on Twitter, like, for a free model if you wanted to. You could go to Vbroid. You just need to get out there and just start streaming to figure out first if you even enjoy it before you drop a whole bunch of money on a nice looking model. Because, like, genuinely, I started out like at the very beginning with just using a PNG, and then eventually I moved on to using Vroid Studio. So like there are like clips on my channel where I'm using the Vroid because I was on the Vroid till literally just like this year. So like honestly, the most important thing is just get out there, start streaming, and figure out from there, like if you're enjoying it or not.
A real great example in this scenario, actually, my fun little background that I have behind me right now, this is not something I commissioned. This is something that I got for like $5.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
just
so
gotta
many nice
dig.
assets out there. Like
Yeah.
Etsy has a lot of nice stuff out there though. Like nowadays there is the concern that like you may buy something that's actually done with AI, which is really
Yeah.
unfortunate, but that is where I got some assets from in the beginning. It's like if you know where to look, you can find all sorts of stuff. You just have to you need to look. There's no
Yeah.
need to drop hundreds of dollars on the good shit at the very beginning. You can work your way up to that stuff.
Absolutely. And then next up, Fryxie.
Yeah, I would definitely say don't be afraid to try what actually sounds fun to you. especially nowadays with the market so saturated when it comes to VTubing. Don't be afraid to make up your own niche. Don't be afraid to do what actually appeals to you, and try not to, like, instead of trying to emulate the big agencies. Like, I literally started doing coffee reviews, and having a VTuber model, which was Veroid at the time as well, was just a means to an end because I wanted to talk about coffee.
Yeah.
It and it got a lot of audience because people like hearing about coffee. It surprised me how many people showed up because apparently they had coffee as a Twitch a keyword to hop to out of nowhere. Seriously, just do things that actually interest you, and people will find you interesting for it. It's a lot, instead of just trying to appeal to the masses, but not actually caring as much.
I know that's something that I struggled with a lot right off the bat, which was I bet nobody can guess what the first game I ever streamed was that totally isn't an oversaturated game right now.
Are
Pokemon?
there blocks in it?
Apex Legends.
Hey, of course.
Yeah, and I regret every moment of it. I lost
you had fun
hair
there,
over
at
that
least.
game,
Have
bro.
fun. Yeah, it's like,
Oh my
you
God.
have fun with it. It's not time wasted, in my opinion.
Oh no, I hated every second of that game, but it was what
Rip.
was popular on Twitch, so
you know
that's
what?
what
If
you
you-
gotta stream, right?
Yeah, if you hated it, then that was going to bleed into your. But yeah, again, same thing. If you hate what you're streaming, it's gonna bleed into your voice. It's gonna bleed into what you sound like. No one
Yeah.
wants to hear. No one wants to show up to watch something that someone's hating doing right now. You know?
Yeah, like
It's not fun.
I watched Altair play the end of Callisto Protocol, and I just remember feeling so bad for him because he sounded genuinely just so miserable the entire time. I was like, man, that sucks. I'm so sorry, man. I feel bad.
Yeah, at least 2 years of Apex and Overwatch really wore at Gramps over here. No wonder his bones ache. Jeez.
Yeah, those communities. Ugh.
Yeah, they were spicy ones. But instead, now I get to play Final Fantasy and just chop down front trees. What can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, when you find your way into the quicksand, maybe you'll discover Final Fantasy.
Trixie, no.
No.
Trixie, we need to keep Grandpa safe.
Yeah, I already have enough achy bones. I don't need achier ones.
Yeah.
And then
That's why it's quick.
No.
what? The sand or
Yes.
Yes.
See, they get it.
We're not
We're not.
We're not elaborating on this. Just no.
And Goma, what would be your one tip?
People are still in my shit again. I'm gonna.
Skill
I'm
issue.
going- Listen, I'm going to. No, it's not even a skill issue. Y'all are taking the easy ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna piggyback off Fryxie and say that you actually should pick something that you really enjoy, because the amount of time that you stream actually matters in terms of metrics, which wasn't something that I knew going in. So obviously, the longer you keep your stream open, the higher you're able to push yourself in terms of like the listings and stuff, particularly on like Twitch, which wasn't something that had occurred to me before. So it's a lot easier to pick something that I'm really enjoying and kind of can immerse myself in, because it helps in terms of metrics and being able to be seen. And I realize this is like a really practical, not as fun and exciting thing, like just have fun and be yourself. But also, this is what I use as an excuse to play Yakuza.
No, that's fair and
So-
valid.
So I think it's a good piece of advice.
I mean, I played through the majority of like a Dragon on here, I think. I just did the rest on my
hell
own.
yeah. Hell yeah! All right.
and, then, and then Rosie.
Ooh. So everyone stole my answers. Thanks.
See,
Oh my god.
But what I can say is definitely don't go in with the mindset when you want to become a streamer or a VTuber that you're gonna make it big immediately. Because if you're in it for the money and the fame, I feel like you're gonna have a really bad experience, and then you're gonna get put off when you see your metric reviews. Everyone starts different. Everyone's journey is different. So I think having like everyone suggested like playing your favorite game because you puts the time that you put into it. Like I don't play horror games for a reason because they're not my jam. Jump scares actually really stop my heart physically, so I try to avoid them as much as I can, which is ironic because I did play Little Hope as part of a subathon punishment, and that was really hard because I had to play with the headphones off at some
Yeah.
point. Um, so there's things that there's things that I know I can't do. So knowing your limitations is best, especially for like your physical and mental well-being. Don't force yourself to play a popular like Twitch top 100 game because you say, for example, you can't do jump scares and like Five Nights at Freddy's is like the big one because of the movie. Don't force yourself to play a jump scare game if you know you can't handle it. Um, also, don't like use free assets, use free like start off with a PNG, get comfortable with streaming, especially if it's your first time. There are tons of free, like she mentioned before, tons of free assets on Twitter. There's discords that have like free VTuber assets that you can grab. You don't need all the fancy like $3,000+ like VTuber model fully rigged and everything, because if you don't like streaming, then you kind of sit there with like a really expensive model, and then you kind of are just like about it. And that's why it's like valuing time and like making like getting comfortable with your stream, because I streamed with the PNG for like almost a year and a half until I joined Kissvt, and then I got Rosie Live 2D made. So that's just my thing. That's just my piece of advice. I have more, but I think that's gonna be the surface.
Yeah.
And don't spill all your secrets. You don't want anyone to steal.
Yeah.
Write that down.
Twig mentions it in chat too. Like, no business is profitable for the first year. Content creation is the same.
Yeah.
But thank you all for coming by. It was
was
super
gonna say,
fun.
I was gonna say before we hop off here, I do want to give a few shout outs just to make sure
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
we don't lose these here. Especially number one, All Star needs to go to Fixhurst. I know we've mentioned her several times, but that girl has done all of our rigging. That girl does all sorts of analysis for everyone. That girl is there for everyone all the time.
We are
I
all
cannot sing her praises enough. If there's anybody who theoretically holds Kissvt together, it is that poor bat.
Yeah.
That works overtime.
She is
That
the
bat
best.
also just showed off a cool new model. I thought that.
Yeah.
That looks
she
pretty
did.
cool, huh?
She showed off a new model on Twitter, and she just
Maybe-
released a new cover today.
Maybe you should check out Fix Roost, huh?
And she also does commissions for rigging. If you're wanting a model to be rigged, she is over on VGen.
Yeah.
By the same name.
Normally, I
also-
would be able to show off her rigging, but my computer did not like me tonight, so I apologize in advance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That computer problems are real.
Yeah.
And also, we need to shout out our lovely Wolf, who was in the chat for a little while before and just said thank you,
Just
Miss
never
Ruth.
know. Hi, Fiona. We love you.
Fiona, love you.
Hi, Neona.
Awesome.
There we go. The whole of our the whole of our little escapade all together.
I know, I wish I could have gotten 6 out of 6, but I got 4 out of 6, so I'll take
Look, 2/3 is basically 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty close. It's pretty close. But thank you everybody who came by and hung out. But thank you everybody for coming by and hanging out. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day to hang out with me, especially Goma recovering from the trip still. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Everybody for coming by. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.